What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Alright, so this is like the second or third time I'm recording this video. I tried to make this video, and while I was making the video, I was ordering TOA hard, and all of a sudden the patch came out, so I'm like, why am I trying to do a window capture? Might as well just do it this way and go on with my life. Anyways, so I've been reading this, and you know what? It's better that I'm doing it this way, just to see the cooldowns of some of these skills, because I don't know, man. The light Homunculus, I'm not really liking the light Homunculus too much. There is one cool skill, we'll go over that, but there's one skill that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And then you know what? When trying to read this on the forum, I felt like I was getting dumber and dumber, and I think it might be in here. I didn't read it. I just downloaded it. It's 306. Anyway, attacks the enemy. This is light shock, by the way. Attacks the enemy to decrease the target's attack bar by 15% with a 25% chance. So you know what? Whoever's running the forum, I don't know what the hell they're doing, because I read it completely differently. Not that I read it completely differently, it's just I couldn't read it. So, anyway. So, alright, 25% chance, it goes up to another 50%. Fine. So, let's go look at light shock purification. We're going to go to the upgraded skills. So, attacks the enemy to remove one beneficial effect granted the target. Yeah, this is the part that I got. Attacks the enemy to remove one beneficial effect granted on the target. Anyway, and decreases the target's attack bar by 15% with a 25% chance. Okay, so again, it's going to go up to 50%. I like the removing beneficial effect part. The part where it decreases, this one decreases, it doesn't absorb, right? This one absorbs. Or it decreases. So, alright, fine. So it decreases the target's attack bar by 15%. This is where I don't like this skill. I'll tell you in a moment. We're going to go on to the third skill, to the other skills, and I'll tell you why what I don't like about the third skills. Attacks the enemy 3 times to decrease the target's attack bar by 15% with a 25% chance. Okay. I wouldn't even go for light shock chain at all. I'd rather be able to remove beneficial effects. The whole decreasing of the attack bar with a 50% chance after it's skilled up completely. I don't know. What's the value of summoning the Homunculus, actually? Summoning the Homunculus actually isn't that bad. It's not bad at all. They brought it down a lot. I think the old Homunculus, to summon him, was a lot more, actually. I remember it a lot more. Pretty much what they're telling everybody is clear content. This is what it's all about. They're telling everybody to clear content. Alright, so we read the 2. So we've got Operation Alpha. Operation Alpha recovers an ally's hit points by 30%. Nothing spectacular about that. And it's got a 4-turn cooldown. It goes down to 3. Seriously, nothing spectacular about that. Operation Better recovers the hit point of all allies by 15%. Again, it goes down to a 3-turn cooldown. I'm not too thrilled with that. So this is where you get to pick and choose. Alright, so Operation Alpha power-up recovers an ally target's hit points by 30% and increases the attack bar power of all allies by 2 turns. This is something like a Colleen, really. This is pretty much like a Colleen. The 5% 30 is it 33? No, it's going to be it's going 31.5, 10%, 30, so it's 36 now, 39%. It's something like Colleen, so it's pretty much 40. If I remember correctly, the way the increases go, it's 5% of the 30%. So it's going to go up 1.5, so that makes it 33%, and then 3 and 3, 39%. Okay, fine, whatever. Something like Colleen, really. This skill is a Colleen skill, really. I don't know. We already have Colleen. I mean, unless you want to use her in Necro. What's the skill cooldown? 3-turn. Colleen has the same one, and this one does a 2-turn power up. I don't understand this homunculus, the light homunculus. Recovers an ally target's hit points by 30% and fills up the attack bar. I guess that can be useful in certain situations, but there's no attack buff. I don't know. You could probably do a mix of the other skill that they have and do it with like a defense-based monster. You choose this and then you choose, where is it? Increases defense of all allies and counterattacks for 2 turns whenever attacked. See, this we have to check it out to see what it is. If it's just this monster that's counterattacking, it really makes no sense to me, the counterattack. Because if she's counterattacking and she's absorbing the attack bar of a monster that has 0 attack bar that just attacked her, there's no reason for it. This is where I don't understand how this skill makes sense, this third skill. I really don't. So, alright, what you can do is if you have a defense-based monster and you increase defense, and then, what do you call it? And then you, yeah, you fill up its attack bar, fine. But then we have the, not QB, the other one, the wind version. I forgot what his name is. I built him, I just forgot what his name is. We have him for all that, you know, and he increases attack, crit rate too. So I don't understand this. How they, I don't know how they screwed up this. This homunculus is screwed up in my opinion. This skill can be used. Fast pace. You know what? Let's say they have a team that is heavily buffed with shields and immunity and all that, and you want to get it off. I guess this could make sense. So it goes down to a 4-turn cooldown to bring everybody's attack bar at the same, and hopefully their monsters, like let's say they have shields and immunity and all that. You bring them up and hopefully they're faster just to speed up the fight. I'm sure that there's other combinations. Somebody's going to come up with something crazy. I've heard of people using attack bar boosters just to make their monsters go past it. Yeah, that can work, but I don't know. I don't know how well it's going to work. Anyway, it's a little weird, that skill. That skill is very weird. It's got to be tested out. So we did that one. We did this one. Let's go on to the bottom. So it recovers the hit points of all allies by 15%. Again, this is like, I don't know what to say. Delphoy, this is like a Delphoy's third skill is much better. It does a little bit more healing, and then well, let's see how much healing it gets. Whoa, 0.75 and 0.75, you get the 1.5, and then it goes up to 20%, but it doesn't do anything afterwards. Recovers the hit points of all allies by 15%. Creates a shield equal to 15% of the allies' hit points on allies with full hit points for 2 turns. Okay, fine. I don't really... Really, they should have combined like the attack power buff with that or something. Do something like it would pretty much make Bastet useless, but whatever. Recovers the hit points, and attack bar of all allies by 15%. Now you see, this is okay, and it goes up again. It goes up to pretty much 20% total. But this is actually okay because. Or was it 19.5% total? Am I wrong here? 19.5% total. Sorry, guys. My math was a little off there. Anyway. Me having Aerial, even though it doesn't even cut close to what Aerial's heal does, the third skill, the attack bar boost does help a lot. Now, it's a 15% attack bar boost. I don't even think I've seen anything below 20%. I really don't understand this homunculus at all. I'm sure somebody will find some use for it, but not me. I don't see anything. Increases the attack power of all allies for 2 turns. After that, up to 2 allies, excluding yourself, will attack an enemy target. Fine. This is alright. You know what? I didn't know that did that. So... she has an attack power buff, but you can't use the attack buff with the... Anyway, fine, whatever. Evenly matches the percentage of the hit points of all allies and removes all harmful effects. After that, the allies' defense will be increased for 2 turns. Evenly matches the percentage of the hit points of all allies and removes all harmful... Fine. Alright, this skill can be used. This skill can actually be used for something. This is more like you can use him if you need a cleanser. Yeah, in what do you call it? Raids. This can be used in raids. That's what I was thinking. It can actually be used in TOA hard also, and it can be used in. Actually, if you put her on will ruins, it can be used with like defense monsters. I think with like a defensive type team with copper and bulldozer stuff like that, she would work. I don't really see her working with too much of anything else. This attack power buff thing, and then this skill right here, counter phase. This skill right here, honestly, if it doesn't make the entire team counterattack, I don't know what the. I don't see how it's gonna work, especially if it's just her counterattacking, unless you're fighting like oracles or something. Her counterattacking and then reducing attack bar doesn't make sense on a 0 attack bar monster. Doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, let's go on to the good stuff. Let's go on to the dark one. Attacks the enemy to absorb 10% of the... Okay, fine. So this is the same skill. Attacks the enemy to remove 1 beneficial effect. It's the same skill again. 3 times. Again, I'm not too thrilled with that skill. I'm really not too thrilled. Pretty much, they're trying to get everybody to finish content. That's it. Attacks the enemy to remove all beneficial effects granted on the target with a 50% chance, and it goes up to a 75% chance. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it, to be honest with you. And it's 1 enemy. I don't know if it's really that worth it. Operation Delta attacks the enemy to elongate the harmful effects granted on the enemy by 1 turn with a 15% chance. And it goes up to a 30% chance. This can be used in raids, definitely. Other than that, I don't really even see it in TOA hard. Anyway, Operation Gamma Weaken attacks the enemy to remove all beneficial effects granted on the target and weakens the defense for 2 turns with a 50% chance. If you could use it in RTA, I would say this is not bad for RTA, but you can't use them in RTA. You can use them in Arena though, so, and in Guild Wars. So this is actually not so bad for Guild Wars, because you're removing all beneficial effects and putting weakened defense. There's not too many monsters. I don't think there is a monster that can do that actually. So this isn't so bad. This skill right here, Operation Gamma Weaken. Operation Gamma Control attacks the enemy to remove all beneficial effects granted on the target and stuns the target for 1 turn if you successfully remove the beneficial effects with a 50% chance. Alright. This would be better for like TOA, stuff like that. It can be used for Guild Wars and Arena, but I think Weaken is better. Anyway, Operation Delta Chain attacks the enemy 3 times to elongate the harmful effect granted on the enemy by 1 turn with a 15% chance, which it goes up to a 30% chance. So, again, this one gives you 3 times, so 3 chances. So this is a lot better for TOA hard. This actually makes a little more sense than the basic skill. This is actually pretty good because it gives you 3 chances for 30 with a 30% chance. It's not so bad. It's on a 3-turn cooldown also. For TOA, I'm sorry, not TOA. For rifts, is actually really good. The monsters that elongate, the harmful effects are very useful in rifts. It'll make the difference in keeping you alive or not. Attacks the enemy to elongate the harmful effect granted on the enemy by 1 turn with a 25% chance. After that, the enemy's hit points will be decreased proportionate to the total number of turns of the harmful effects granted on the target. So I don't know what the scaling of this would be. This is a very complicated skill, actually. I would have to see it in real life just to even know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know if this would be a great skill. I think I like the other one with the 3 turn. Even though this goes up to 40%, it's only 1 time. I think me being the Summoner's War degenerate I am, I'd rather have 3 chances at 30% than 1 chance at 40%. Yeah. So let's go on to the other skills. Unbalanced Field increases the skill cooldown of all enemies by 1 turn each and decreases the attack speed for 2 turns. After that, the skill cooldown of all allies will be decreased by 1 turn each, and the attack speed will be increased for 2 turns. This is actually a very good skill. This is crazy, actually. This is something like a Mav Pisama. Something that increases your attack speed only without giving it a buff, without buffing the attack bar, and then decreasing the attack speed on the opposite team. This is actually very, very good. TOA hard, for sure. This skill works in TOA hard. This skill also works in arena. Guild Wars, not really. I don't think this would be that great in Guild Wars. I don't really use Pisama in Guild Wars. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. This skill needs to be tested out and see. Really, it's arena and TOA for sure. It doesn't matter in Rifts. Lockdown puts the enemy target to sleep for 3 turns and decreases the attack speed of all other enemies for 2 turns. This is a cool skill. I would say RTA skill all the way. Again, TOA. It can also be used in Guild Wars. This one can be used in Guild Wars, actually, because you're putting an enemy to sleep for 3 turns. So that's really not so bad at all, especially if you're putting somebody out for 3 turns. Arena can be used, absolutely. TOA. That's about it. Shockwave. Removes all beneficial effects on all enemies and stuns them for 1 turn with a 25% chance. Alright. I believe that the beneficial effect removal is a 100% chance to proc, so it can probably still be resisted. This is actually pretty good for pretty much arena. This is a stripper altogether. And then it stuns them to top it off. So everybody with shield will, you're screwed here. I like this skill for arena. For arena and Guild Wars, actually. This is actually not bad, and it's on a 4-turn cooldown, so not bad at all. I didn't even talk about the cooldowns for the rest of the monsters, because you know what? The cooldowns don't matter on this one. It's just pretty good. And either way, it's 4 and 3 anyway. It's 4 and 3. Attacks the enemy 4 times to grant a harmful effect that isn't granted on the enemy for 2 turns. Each among decreases attack speed, increases chances of missing. Okay, glancing decreases defense, decreases attack. Branding unrecoverable effects. This is strictly, in my opinion, Rift. All the way through. Rift. So you could build... This Homunculus is very good. You could build them for arena. Pretty much, this is an arena skill. You could build them for support in arena. You could build them for support in TOA. The bottom half is pretty much what I would go for. Yeah. If you choose Operation Delta Chain... and you choose Analyze Weak Point, that's beautiful for Rifts. And then, or you go with Operation Attacks the enemy to elongate the harmful effect. Alright, you could do this one also for, well, I don't like that one. And then removes all beneficial effects on all allies. Alright, I like the dark one. The dark one's OP, man. The dark one's OP. This one... The light one isn't even all that great. So 400 and 400, everybody can easily get these. This is actually not that bad to get 400 and 400. Increasing the skills, I have no idea. I can't summon mine, apparently. I don't have enough materials. Everybody's been saying grats for like the last... Yeah, you see people already summoning them. Yeah. That's what's been going on. People are already summoning them. So... I went to go grab crystals and whatever. And then, in the update, there's an update. I'm just going to talk about it real quick because it's stupid. Oh, well, here's another one. I forgot. The fight runes are going up to 8%. I believe everything's going up to 8%. Then they significantly lowered the amount of crystals or materials you need to get the runes. And then, the Water Lich. That's not a buff to the Water Lich, guys. Where is it? Randomly? Yeah, no. There's no way. There's no way they're giving Viva Chill skill to the water lich. It's not happening. That's just a complete and utter like fuck up. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to everybody later.